The crystal spires of Zerati Prime trembled as Queen Melara unleashed a pulse of raw psionic force. Another suitor reduced from confident diplomat to quivering wreck collapsed on the gleaming obsidian floor. His entourage was already scrambling out of the throne room in a desperate rush. The Cavalian ambassador's scales, bright crimson when he entered, had drained to a sickly white. "You speak of unity," Melara roared, her voice rolling like thunder, "while your people strangle Sector 7's water supply." Her four eyes glowed with cold, bioluminescent fire. The living crown fused to her skull pulsed with a furious amber light. Mirroring her rage, the ambassador scrambled backward until her final word, "leave," struck him with the force of a physical blow. He fled. Silence settled across the throne room like dust after a dying star. Her attendants remained far back. They had seen 17 suitors come and fail in the past month. Arrogant diplomats, manipulators, fools who believed her widowhood made her vulnerable. None understood. Her Melara rose from her throne. Towering and powerful, a perfect example of a Zerati predator, strength capable of bending reinforced alloys, an instinct sharp enough to plot hyperspace routes without a computer. But her species was dying. A centuries-old genetic collapse had left the Zerati with a shrinking population. As the final heir to the royal line, she carried the survival of her people alone, and every suitor saw her as an opportunity, not a person. She dismissed her guards and strode down a quiet corridor toward the maintenance bay, the one place where she could breathe. The hum of machinery always drowned out the whispers of duty, but tonight someone was there. A human sat beneath her personal starfighter. Tools scattered around him, humming a tune softly as he worked. His coveralls were stained with oil, and his dark hair was tied back. "Identify yourself," Melara ordered. The human glanced up, completely unshaken. "A cell, Your Majesty. Transferred from the human delegation. Your fighter's port stabilizer was making a clicking sound. Thought I'd take care of it. I authorized no repairs." "No, ma'am," he said calmly, standing. He was tall for a human, but still had to tilt his head up to meet her gaze. "But I heard it during your test flight. I figured you didn't need one more thing weighing on your mind." Her crown flickered with irritation. "You presume much." "I presume you've got enough to handle," Aesel replied simply. "I'm a mechanic. Fixing things is what I do." There was no flattery, no hidden motive. Just honesty against her expectations. She asked, "Did you hear about today's emissary?" "Only that he ran out so fast, the floors are probably still hot," Aesel said with a faint smile. "Same as the 16 before him. You think I'm unreasonable?" "I think you're exhausted," he said softly. "Angry, grieving, and the people who should help you only make it worse." The words cut straight through her defenses. "They see only alliances," she whispered. "Trade routes, power. None see." Her voice broke before she could finish. The queen who had led victorious fleets, who had negotiated impossible treaties, who had held her dying mate in her arms, felt herself unraveling before she could pull away. Aesel stepped forward and wrapped his arms around her, a human hug, absurd, too small for her massive frame. Instinct told her to reject it, but the warmth, the steadiness, the complete lack of ambition or agenda. She found herself returning the embrace, and she wept. Time became meaningless. The hum of machines filled the bay as she cried into the arms of someone who expected absolutely nothing from her. When she finally stepped back, the glow of her crown had softened to a tranquil blue. "Why?" she asked. "Because you needed someone," he said. "And because courage isn't just for battlefields. Sometimes it's for moments like this. You're not afraid of me. Should I be?" He replied lightly. "In war. Definitely. Right now, you're just someone who needed a friend." Strange warmth unfurled inside her hope, long forgotten. Over the following weeks, Melara found excuses to visit the maintenance bay. Aesel taught her human work songs. She shared the mathematical poetry of the Zerati. He repaired her fighter. She corrected his calculations. He never pried into her grief. He didn't need to. His presence itself was healing. When Melara declared that she would accept no more suitors, the Galactic Council erupted in confusion. When she promoted a human mechanic to chief engineering advisor, they whispered in every corner. When the two were seen walking through the palace gardens together, rumors exploded, but Malara no longer cared when the alliance between the Human Confederacy and Zerati Prime was announced complete. With technological exchange and mutual defense, the galaxy buzzed with theories of political maneuvering. No one suspected the truth. It began with a mechanic who understood that fixing what is broken starts with knowing what truly needs repair. And sometimes, the most human thing in the universe is simply holding someone who needs to be held. The end.